Okay, so this is going to be the final video of the Playboy restoration. At this point, I don't see anything else happening that's really going to change, um, like the final thing. Overall, it's not going to change anything. And I had it open right now, kind of buttoning a couple things up. I think the owner is going to stop by and check it out for the first time today. The last update video that he got, or actually, last update picture he got, was just the cabinet when it was white. So that's been a solid 2 months ago. So I thought I'd just kind of give a good overview. This will be a couple different pieces. That way I can put it together, do a section, put it together, but so on. So figured we should start with the back box. Back here, he does have All-Tech MPU, All-Tech lamp board, All-Tech solenoid driver board. The soundboard is a Weebly, and then new rectifier board back there. The cage was this. I wiped it all down, cleaned it up really good, sprayed it with the satin black, cleaned up all the wires, stuff like that back here. All the white connectors have been replaced and repenned. Obviously, on the rectifier, the solenoid, all that stuff, those are all done. Soundboard. And then all the brown ones have been repenned. Let's see, and that's pretty much it for back here. Just kind of cleaned everything up. Can't really say a lot of work went in back here. I still got to do a couple little of the P-clips, the wire clamps, whatever you want to call them, goes in there. And then on the lamp board, or on the display board, basically these are all wolf packs, as I kind of say, as always. I love them. These are white displays, and then I did like a pink gel, looks a little bit reddish, but you get the point. So that's just a gel overlay that I put behind the foam. So, and that's going to cover the back box. Okay, that is actually his back glass. I actually reused that. Besides that, the transformer, the speaker, and the harness, that's about one of the few things I kept, and that's in really good shape. So, going to the next section, the play field. Obviously, the main thing, that is a CPR playfield. CPR plastics, new drop targets, new pop bumper caps, new towers or posts, Titan rubbers. The rails were done by, I always get this wrong, I think it's IBIS, IBIS, on Pinside. And then the apron cards were, just found them on eBay. They came from overseas. That is the original apron. I cleaned it up real good, and then I was going to paint it, kind of tried it, but then I decided, you know what, took it to one of my buddies that does powder coating, and he just did a gloss black. Nothing special, but I mean, it just looks good. It'll last forever type of deal. Nothing weird going on there. And then obviously new stickers, probably Marco, I guess, I don't know. Chrome Ninja Ball, and then from there, guess while we're just kind of on this, whoops. That is a new frame and a new skin, and then a sticker. And then the textured metal area I actually reused, just cleaned it up really good. And then, the 2-player quarter thing there. And then I put the little tag on here for the Playboy thing that came with the CPR. That's actually that Playboy, that Bally plunger plate. That they want like $80 or something plus a core to do yours. I had that one around here for something, and I just cleaned it up really good, shined it, and I mean, it looks, and then it's a new plunger, new spring, new beehive spring. The legs went with a polished metal leg on there. The cabinet has all been repainted and stenciled. That is the Rust-Oleum magenta pink. Yeah, magenta pink and satin satin black, and satin white. New metal rails, obviously went with white buttons now instead of the dark red. And I'm not even sure the stencils now, I'm not even sure where you buy them anymore, because they're like copyrighted and stuff. So then got the back box, got Playboy on there. That's all good. And that'll do it pretty much for the outside. I put some of those little red plastic washers on there, but once I got it tight enough, it was, you know, either the game was loose or the washer. So like by the time I got it tight enough, it's kind of smashing them. So I might remove those. He does have a new lock bar down there that's on the floor right now. So we also, not in there now, but new, just original glass. I'm going to see if he wants to do voodoo, but I didn't really want to pull that trigger, you know. I'll keep the new glass, that's fine. I have a game I can put it in, but okay. From here, we'll go under the playfield. Okay, so his cabinet's actually really clean. I'll probably do a little bit more work on it, but I did paint the top 3 or 4 inches like it is from the factory, and then just kind of let it fog down a little bit, just kind of trying to keep it somewhat original. But yeah, like, yeah, it's just, that can get cleaned up. So didn't really do much in here. Again, just nice and clean. Nothing's wrong with the cab. Underside, did yopsicles underneath the whole thing. I want to go through and just kind of zip tie up some of these wires a little bit, because now there's a little bit more slack with the yopsicles. But that's pretty much all of them. And then of course, fully rebuilt, you know, everything on the plunge, on the flippers, blah. Which that kind of, I ran into a little weird issue with that I've never seen before. So basically, you know, I put the flippers on, aligned them when they're at rest, and when it would go all the way up, one flipper was lower than the other. So I'm like, okay, the only way that's possible is if the coil stops the wrong depth, or something's adjusted weird, you know, maybe, or a plunger is the wrong length, something like that. It was actually the opposite. If you aligned them when they were up, when you dropped it down, they were off. And that was easier to say, because what it was is where it actually rests on this little stop, these rests, one was bent complete. Like I tried, they do adjust a little bit, but you know, this one was out really far and that one was in really far. And so it ended up actually being where it rests. So, which was kind of the interesting thing there. So had to kind of look at that issue backwards to figure out what it was. It wasn't the top of the stroke that was the issue. It was the bottom of the stroke. So, but I got that done. I mean, that was just kind of a scratch your head kind of thing, wondering what's going on. So there we go. That's pretty much the outside. I will put it all back together and I will set it up for gameplay. Okay, so to stick with the format here, I kind of got to do this horizontal, but as you can see, it's all lit up. I will turn the lights off here in a second. Try to get that up a little bit higher. There you can kind of see the pink, purple displays, how they turned out. And then I'm going to lower this down, turn the lights off so we can just, bear with me here. This is horrible. This is why I don't do these in this mode. So that'll work. Okay. Is that any better? I don't know, probably not. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a quick game. This is set to liberal, I believe. So if you hit the outside, the thing is you want to collect the keys, which are the rabbit heads. Well, they're on top of the keys, obviously. So let's see if I can see the camera. You have number 5 is right here, and it's also lit up by the 5 that's over in this trough. Up top, you have 4 more. 1 and 4 are tied together, and 2 and 3 are tied together. So that makes it a little bit easier. Also, you got your playmates on the left. You got your 5 drop targets on the right. Your multiplier does carry over from ball to ball on this game, so that's nice. I don't really know the code of this game. I just started playing it like yesterday, so. But there you go. We'll play a couple. This game's going to end really quick. They are short games, it seems like. And one thing is, when the ball hits this wood right here, it's like ball just dead and then drops down the outside. So I'm kind of tossed around the idea of doing a real thin piece of like neoprene rubber on that piece of wood, to where if it hits the wood, you have a chance of it just bouncing a little bit, get a little bit of bounce off the wood. I do have some like 1/16 inch thick. It's like rubber on one side, sticky on the other, and it's only like a 1/2 inch little strip. So if I just put a little line right there so the ball would hit it, you might get a chance of bouncing off to the in lane. But that out lane is a killer. But I'll bring it up to the customer, see what he says. So, but here we go. Let's play a game. See if I can hold it. What's also a really cool kind of skill shot is if you can get it up this outside and actually go all the way around to that drop start, that little, it holds it and then kicks the ball back up. And that lights up the 5,000 right there. It lights up every, it's like every third pop or something like that. It's like every third sling you see it light up and then turn back off, light up, turn back off. So that's kind of cool, but that'll give you 5,000 instead of 500. So. Missed. Died. So we'll play a couple games to see if I can actually accomplish anything, but probably not. Dun dun dun. See? Yeah. So that was a 3-ball game, and we ended at 14,000. Last night, one of my friends was kind of playing it a little bit, and I think he made it to like 150. It says 250 is the high score, but that might have been with me just testing switches. So we'll see. I know I broke 100,000 a couple of times, but he got 150 last night, and that seemed like it lasted a while, but you know, you got to work those multipliers. I was trying to get it around that. 3,000 points, ball one. Okay, so right there I've got 4 of the keys already, so I really want to try to hit that. So I got that. That took me to ×2 multiplier. And now you can actually work on that again, obviously. Oh, there we go. So I think right there that was 25,000, because now I'm at 38,000. Yeah, so now I'm at 69,000. Come on, come on. I'm not going to nudge his game or anything like that. I don't even nudge my games really, but anyway. At least now I have a multiplier. So we're at 95,000, way better than the first game. So, and I need that center target, and then I'll beat it ×3. Should have caught that. There we go, ×3. Oh, there we go. This will be a good score. So we're at 131 right now, so just got to know how to play it, I guess. You might have to hit all the drop targets down maybe, or all of them to light the extra ball. I'm not sure which one it is. Actually, it says special when lit is the drop targets. Come on, get in the middle, get in the middle. And there's times 5. Yeah, there we go. Just trying to get that last target. So, well, there you go. Whoa, well there you go. High score for the machine, 297. So I just, right there, I went from 14,000 to 297,000 just from one game to another. So, but yeah, the main thing is collect the keys, obviously hit the drop targets, do what you gotta do, try to get an extra ball. But there you go. It's been a fun project. I really hope he likes it. I go back and I have to remind myself sometimes of what it looked like when I started, because it's kind of one of those things, if you're trying to lose weight and you just look in the mirror every single day, you don't really notice it, but you got to do those before and after pictures. So, but here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed my first kind of compilation, trying to stitch multiple short videos together. I'm not trying to do this for, as far as YouTube or video making, I'm not good at it. I'm just trying to get some information out there and try to, just kind of show what I'm doing in I would say my spare time, but I don't have any spare time because I'm doing all this stuff. So I do have a fishtails that's coming in. It just has some switch issues, so I might do a video on that. And the next thing on the list is probably Galaxy, but I might wait a couple weeks because I know I might be trading Comet for a couple of projects, maybe. So if that's trading for 2 projects, those will probably take priority because Galaxy is obviously really nice and works. So it doesn't need front seat. So besides that, I'll show you this much. As a gift to this guy for letting me do this and having faith and trust in me, those 2 women are the 2 women that are on the apron card. And I went ahead and I also got him the original magazines from 1977 of those 2 women. So kind of a little bit of a gift. I assume he won't mind because it is a Playboy machine, but if he's against it, I'll keep him. So, but anyway, there you go. That is 1977 Playboy by Bally. Pretty fun project. I'm glad everything really went smoothly. I didn't have any hic other than that little flipper thing. The lever for the lock bar, I lost it. So I'd been using like a flathead up in there to put the lock bar down. I'd been doing that. Yesterday, I ordered a new one. Today, I found the old one. That's how it works, right? So, so I guess I cleaned up his, put it all back in, works perfect. There's no reason for so. Since I lost it, I wasn't going to charge him for the new one anyway, but now I'll just keep it was a used one, so it wasn't even new to begin with, but it was, it was a new one to me. So there you go. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next build.